Chris the Nightmare Ariola, and you're watching Mission Boxing Today on YouTube.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? All right, man. So this fight's gonna come up on Saturday, Stiverne versus Povetkin. I was looking at the betting odds, man, and I seen one of the betting sites that I frequent. They had Povetkin a 20-1 favorite over Stiverne. I thought those odds were pretty damn wide. But my question is, and I've already done a prediction on this fight, and I'm rolling with Povetkin, but I understand that there are ways that Stiverne can win this fight. You know what I mean? He's a tough dude. He's durable. He has decent power, and he's overall tough. But when I break down Stiverne's style, he is a guy. He can do a little bit of everything to some degree. He can fight with his hands down, give you a different look. He likes to work his jab, let his hands go a little bit, but sometimes he likes to revert to that, put his high guard up, and he'll sit there and just absorb all your punches. He'll roll with them sometimes, but pretty much just absorb your punches and then, come forward after you're done getting your punches off. That's why you had trouble with Wilder with that reach, because Wilder was using that jab and keeping him at bay. So when Wilder was done punching or done jabbing, he was so out of Stiverne's punching range to get some good shots off, he couldn't really land anything. He couldn't get no offensive attack going against Deontay Wilder in that fight. That jab and that distance was giving him problems. Now, he's not going to have to worry about that in this fight with Povetkin, because Povetkin, you don't have to look for him. He's going to come right at you. So I wonder if Stiverne's going to just engage with Povetkin in a phone booth type of fight, in a telephone booth type of fight, or is he going to be the one that tries to initiate the jab? A jab is something that can give Povetkin problems. High volume and a little bit of movement can also give Povetkin problems. The high volume that Huck was given to him. Some people saying that Povetkin was out of shape in that fight. Fair enough, but Huck made it worse then, because he put a fast-paced fight in front of Povetkin, and it was giving him troubles on that fight night. A lot of people thought that Huck should have got the decision in that fight. Huck was utilizing the high guard too. He was utilizing the high guard, but he was letting his hands go, and he was punching first. He was getting off first. He wasn't letting Povetkin dictate the pace. So maybe Stiverne try to come out there and try to dictate the pace. But when he fights with his hands down, I noticed that he can get hit with right hands. His last fight against Derek Rossi, that was a punch that dropped him. Then he got up and he won the fight. And Rossi is a tough guy to look great against. He's lost his fair share of fights. I'm not trying to make Rossi out to be a world beater, but he is a tough guy to look great against. I mean, even the fights he had, like with Glasscoff and Trevor Bryan, the Stiverne fight, even Erkin Tepper, that was the I thought he could have got that one on the scorecards. You know what I mean? So he's a tough guy to look great against, but Stiverne got dropped in that fight carrying a low left hand, and he likes to peck away with that left hand sometimes. He was landing some very good jabs against Chris Ariola in both of their fights, and he was able to land combinations behind those punches. He was using a tactic in Ariola, the Ariola fight, where he would go to the ropes and shield up, and Ariola was letting his work off, and then Stiverne will punch between Ariola's combinations. Sometimes he's just letting him get off, and then he'll come back and initiate the offense. I'm not sure if he wants to do those type of tactics in this fight. Povetkin is good at picking his spots, fighting at a close range, and landing overhand rights. I think his overhand right is going to be a key against Stiverne over that low left hand. I'm curious to see who can initiate, if Stiverne can initiate his left hand, or will Povetkin initiate his right hand. Which one will be more effective for the fighter? I'm not sure, man. I guess we'll see. I will put my money on Povetkin's overhand right. And he has good boxing skills too. Povetkin can be a patient, come forward guy. He likes to make you miss a little bit. Sometimes he can plod around, you know what I mean? But like the Takum fight, Takum was trying to show him different looks. He was fighting him inside sometimes, and he'll move a little bit, circle. He was giving them the left shoulder, bending at the waist, leaning back, giving them different defensive looks. And Povetkin just chopped him down, man. He was starting with a combination to the body, then he was working those combinations upstairs as the fight went on. And Povetkin can do a good job of stymieing a jab. Now, I know Vladimir's jab was tougher to deal with, but Vladimir initiated the holding, the clinching, and wanted to physically wear the smaller man down. Vladimir's the type of guy he's going to find a way to win. If his jab just can't do it for him, then he'll open up with the combinations, the right hands, the left hook off the jab that Vladimir likes to throw. And if that's not working or it's not doing enough, then if there's a clinch, he's going to put his body weight down on you. He's going to ragdoll you a little bit. Some people may say it's borderline breaking the rules, but it's just what a lot of big guys do, and Vladimir does it. Lennox used to do it too. You know, Manuel Stewart used to teach his big guys to bully guys, especially smaller guys on the inside. You know, ragdoll them a little bit, throw them around a little bit. I'm not necessarily saying to the degree that Vladimir did against Povetkin, but you get what I'm saying. I don't think Stiverne can do those type of tactics, being that he doesn't, you know, he not 6'7". You know, he doesn't have that long reach like that. He doesn't have that height and weight advantage like that over Povetkin. Usually Povetkin does very well against guys his height, unless you can give him different looks, initiate some type of jab, try to be first, try to initiate a high volume. I'm not sure Stiverne will be able to do that. I know he'll pick his spots and he'll turn up the heat here and there, but his style is pretty much the same. Even the fight where he got stopped, and that fight he got stopped, and it was a bogus stoppage. He wasn't hurt, in my opinion, to stop the fight. But in that fight, he was against the ropes trying to play the numbers game, where he was trying to take 3 or 4 shots and then land his one shot and trying to come back off the ropes. If a ref sees that and he thinks you're hurt, he's going to jump in and stop the fight. You just can't roll with every single shot and not deliver back. And even if you are getting buzzed or clipped a little bit, a ref may jump in and think that you're hurt. You know, and that's what happened in that fight he got stopped in. But I don't know, his tendency is of going to the ropes and putting up the high guard and trying to, you know, wait till his opponent get done throwing. Things will get him in trouble in this fight. Just my opinion on it. I think he has a chance. I think the odds should be closer than 20-1. You know, I was thinking maybe 7-1, 6-1, but 20 was way those are way high, man. Maybe if you guys have seen some other betting odds on different websites, just send them to me so I can see. I like to get a feel for the odds, just see what the odds makers are thinking about. But 21 was extremely high to me. I was thinking more 6 to 7, but I think it's going to be a good fight. You know, I guess we'll see, man. You know, Povetkin's the type of guy, he's going to try to roll and put up the high guard. You know, he takes a lot of shots, too. He is there to be hit. It's not like Povetkin is this magician at, you know, defense. I mean, he is there to be hit. He is available to get hit. He's a tough dude. He's kind of like Povetkin in that manner where they're there to be hit. You know, they do move their head and, you know, put up the guards and try to deflect punches. But when I'm saying they're there to be hit, it's not like they're dedicating their style to just moving and bending and going backwards. And no, they like to come forward and be aggressive. I know Stiverne has shown that he can do that, but he'll go back and forth with that. I have never seen him win a fight just going backwards. He likes to mix it up. He'll go backwards sometimes, but if you let him follow you all night, you can beat him like that. Wilder was able to do it, you know. But Povetkin's not a guy that's going to go on his back foot and let you walk him down. He wants to come forward, and you have to find a way to stop him in his tracks, or at least make him respect you. And if he is in front of you, he's not going to walk you down. He's going to have to try to outbox you from a distance. And I think Stiverne can do that for a few rounds, but I think after a while it'll be a battle of attrition. I think Povetkin is in excellent shape for this fight. I seen he had Jennings, Chisora, even had Dominic Gwynn all in his training camp just recently, as Chisora was preparing for his Dylan White fight, and you had Brian Jennings there, and Dominic Gwynn, and they're getting good work in. You know what I mean? So I know that he will be ready to fight. Stiverne, I really haven't heard of anybody who he sparred. I know he was down at the Mayweather boxing club putting in work. I know he's been in the heavyweight factory the first part of the year at least, and in the summertime down at the heavyweight factory with Shannon Briggs and Trevor Bryan and all those guys. But I guess we'll see what happens on Saturday, man. I'm curious to see, you know, if it's going to be Stiverne's jab or is it going to be Povetkin's overhand right. Like to see, you know, who's going to win the battle of the jab, period. You know, because Povetkin likes to work his way in behind a little bit of head movement, a little bit of jabbing, and he likes to go to that stomach. He's going to work the stomach, man. So I'm curious to see what stance that Stiverne takes. Is he just going to shield up and then just try to go to war with Povetkin, or is he going to fire off the back foot a little bit, try to utilize his jab, throw quick combinations, and try to turn Povetkin? I seen him working out on the mitts when they arrived to Moscow, and he was working the mitts, and he was pivoting and turning, coming forward and going backwards. So let's see if he tries to walk Povetkin into some traps, or is it just going to just be an all-out war? Based on their styles, I think it's going to be an exciting fight. But we'll see what happens on fight night. You guys let me know what you think about this fight. I'll probably drop a few more videos up until the day of the fight. Obviously, I didn't cover every single thing in this video, but it was just something that was on my mind. You guys let me know what you think. I'm out.